So how are patients finding some of this stuff like so dirt cheap?
Compounding pharmacies are basically regulated by the FDA, which means they're testing it very carefully. They're making sure that patients aren't having adverse effects, making sure it's safe, right? Very important. But there's different rules that govern research peptides. These research companies are not regulated by the FDA or by any pharmacy board or medical board. So they're able to basically put whatever they want in a vial, say that this is not intended for human use, and sell it to people. And you could be taking something that's not even close to what you're
buying.
It could be complete crap. And
Wow.
I've actually had a friend who had an anaphylactic reaction from Epomoral and CJC. He's like, should I try it again? I'm like, no, don't do it again.
Yeah.
So if you have an anaphylactic reaction, the second time you have it, it's going to be significantly worse.
And what does that mean for somebody that's not a doctor?
Like a life-threatening allergic reaction. He was like having wheezing. He couldn't breathe. He had to go to the ER. He had to get a bunch of injections, saved his life. But I mean, these are things that you can actually die from. I always recommend getting it under supervision of a physician, MD, if you can, and getting it administered properly. Usually you'll administer it with the physician because I generally want to see how people do in person with these injections, at least for the first time, especially TRT peptides and NAD if possible. There's limitations sometimes to people being able to make it, but we work around it occasionally. But yeah, at least that way you're with a physician in case something happens, and you're under the treatment of a physician if something happens